Great day everybody, welcome to Skill Up Dimension. Today we got here another video from one of the most popular first-person shooters games ever made, the Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And today I would like to show you how to increase your trust factor or how to actually get green trust factor. So let's go. Firstly, what even is the trust factor? So, as many of you may know, at the 2016 Valve has added to the CSGO Prime status, which you could or buy, or you could obtain it by reaching private rank 21 in the CSGO. So after Prime was added, there was two groups of players, Prime and non-Prime players. But still there were many, let's say, toxic players, throwers and many more, so Valve added to the game trust factor, which should easily improve the gaming experience if you are an honest and sincere player. Basically there are three, let's say, tiers of trust factor. Basically, if you want to see what kind of tier you have to play with one of your friends, because you cannot see your own trust factor. Only, let's say, your friend can tell you what kind of trust factor you have. So for example, when you have green trust factor, in this case you and your friend get no message regarding the trust factor while queuing and go straight into matchmaking. Then this means that both you and your friend have a green trust factor. This does not entirely guarantee that you will not be placed with players with red or yellow trust factor. To test this, you must have at least one player with a green trust factor in your party. Nextly, there is the second grade, which is yellow trust factor. So if you get the yellow message stating the following, your matchmaking experience may be slightly impacted because the trust factor of player is lower than yours. So basically that means that when your friend gets this message, you need to improve your trust factor, and when you got the message, he has to increase his trust factor. Basically then a player in your party has a slightly lower skill rating than yours. Again, you will be placed with players who have the yellow trust factor. Queuing with these players will affect your trust factor and you will soon encounter hackers. Yellow trust factor accounts are generally players who are toxic and players who throw games. Avoid getting to this level of trust factor. Be aware that you will be able to party up with red and yellow trust factor players, but with the understanding that you are placing your trust factor at risk. So, and in the end we got here the rest trust factor, which is the worst one, in which you are basically has really huge chance to actually getting the hackers in your team and the toxic players at the same time. So basically at the red trust factor, you get the red message stating the following: your matchmaking experience will be significantly affected because the trust factor of player is substantially lower than yours. So basically then this means that one of the members, your party that you are currently queuing with, has so much lower trust factor than is yours. This means that the system will match players with a red trust factor, as the system considers the lowest trust factor in your party. Queuing with such players will also slowly reduce your trust factor to a level where you will start encountering a lot of hackers, so avoid partying with players with a red trust factor if you want to climb. These are generally hackers who get reported every day. Yeah, so as you can see, actually you really don't want to have bad trust factor, or at least you don't want to have a bad trust factor player in your lobby, because as soon as you have a bad trust factor in your lobby, it's getting the worst of your trust factors and it's matching with the other players which are looking for the game. So yeah, really just try to stay at the green zone. Nextly, let's talk about how to actually you can get the green trust factor. So first of all, play the game fairly. That means getting reported for cheating, hacking can lower your trust factor, so same it is actually with trolling or throwing the game or toxicity, for which your own teammates can report you. Nextly, get commended. What means actually those positive reports that you can get, because it seems you can retain a green trust factor by getting commended. Remind other players to queue comments if you feel like you deserve it. Nextly, don't be toxic. I know it's really hard for some of you, but CSGO is taking steps against toxic players, and besides degrading your trust factor, you could even receive a game ban for it, even from the casual. So watch out how you are behaving in the game. Next one is don't get kicked. I know you can't impact it very well when you are playing with 4 premates, but Simply just do not anything what could actually make them to kick you. So basically, if you are getting kicked for griefing or other obvious reasons, it's actually great. But otherwise, asking your teammates to kick you just so you could abandon a game without receiving a cooldown will also degrade your trust factor. So nextly, do some Overwatch. I heard doing some Overwatch cases legitimately can bring your trust factor back. So it's not 100% true. Nobody, not even Valve, ever confirmed anything about the trust factor and how it actually works. But yeah, at least I believe that when you are doing the Overwatch correctly and you are like calling rightly who is cheating at the Overwatch and who is not, I believe you have higher chance to increase your trust factor. So nextly, play non-competitive games. So try playing casual, deathmatch or other casual game modes until your trust factor goes green again. Your trust factor can still be affected in casual game modes, but basically there is so much lower chance that somebody will actually report you, so your trust factor has a chance to go higher. Okay, nextly, there is a trusted mode. So actually new trusted mode is now enabled by default since one of the latest updates, which was in the CSGO. So basically new launch options lets third-party software to access the CSGO games. So basically if you want to improve your trust factor, you should use the trusted mode. Nextly, it is of course prime matchmaking, because the factor that you connected your account with your mobile number has positive impact on your trust factor. So basically, yeah, just get the prime status as fast as possible and it will help you so much. Nextly, there are actually few more tips how you can improve your trust factor. So basically you should use your Steam Guard, by which you have actually, let's say, two-step authentication to your CSGO. That should help you at least a little bit. Nextly, we actually talked about that do not let yourself be kicked from the matchmaking, because it can actually decrease your trust factor, but it's working in opposite direction too, because actually you should not kick anyone from your game, because I know it sounds crazy, because when somebody, you know, troller, cheater or just simply toxic player, you want to kick him from your game, but this can actually lower your trust factor, so simply don't do that. Nextly, you should not harm your teammates in the game. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, that was the things that can actually improve your trust factor in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. But there are actually things that will not affect your trust factor too. So first of all, hours in CSGO. It really doesn't matter if you have 10k or 100 hours in the CSGO. It does not impact your trust factor. So nextly, being active in the community, like writing guides, reviews, screenshots and so on. You really don't need to do this. There are rumors that nothing what you are doing out of CSGO does not impact your trust factor at all. Nextly, adding people will not affect your trust factor too, and owning more games will not help you as much. And certainly the value of your inventory will not help you with increasing of your trust factor. So in the end, a CSGO trust factor depends on your behavior in CSGO. You are not likely to receive a bad trust factor for being toxic in another game like Dota. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all for this video. I really hope I helped you. I really hope you liked it. I really hope you will reach the green trust factor as soon as possible. And that's all for this video. So if you want to see more tutorial videos from CSGO, simply hit the like button. If you want to support this channel, please hit the subscribe, or you can support us on our Patreon page, by what you can actually support our tutorial series at all. And this is actually really all. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day and see ya at the next video. Goodbye.